Also on the face-off over the Kerala Stories National Award and a Bengaluru Metro versus road race. But first, let's take you through the headlines.
Well, the Empire strikes back. India takes a historic win at the Oval to level the series to all. Siraj takes a 5 for 104 and Krishna powers India to another great win.
The government hits out at Rahul Gandhi after the Supreme Court rapped for his comments on the army. Rijiju tells him to stop making false comments and BJP says India needs a better leader of opposition.
Sanjay Kapoor inheritance saga intensifies. Now the mother has written to UK authorities demanding a probe into her son's death.
Well, first up this evening, what next for the BRS chief and former chief minister, the mighty K Chandrashekhar Rao, who faces a serious indictment by Justice PC Ghose Commission in the alleged multi-crore Kaleshwaram scam. Will KCR now face a criminal case? And then what? Justice PC Ghose has categorically held Chandrashekhar Rao, his nephew, and then Irrigation Minister Harish Rao, then Finance Minister, and now with the BJP Etela Rajendar, and some IAS officers of quote-unquote disregard for established procedures resulting in a colossal waste of public money, unquote. Vasudha.
That's right, Veera. This is a politically sensitive case. The Congress has launched a strong campaign against KCR, terming the alleged scam Kaleshwaram ATM for the BRS. Prime Minister Modi too had made a similar Kaleshwaram is the ATM allegation against KCR. Now, the Commission of Inquiry was appointed to investigate allegations of negligence, irregularities and all loopholes in the planning, designing and construction of 3 barrages of Kaleshwaram project. Uma Sudhir sets up the BRS Congress face-off this evening. We will try and get Uma in just a bit. But Veera, what do you think? What does this mean for KCR? Because BRS is facing not just allegations in this scam Kaleshwaram, but also the several other things, including buying of electricity from Chhattisgarh, and also with regard to that phone tapping and several other cases, including the one on KTR. So clearly not a very easy time for the BRS.
Well, that's right. Let's try and go across, if we can, to the face-off this evening as we wait for Uma Sudhir. I believe Krishank Manne of the BRS and Ram Mohan Reddy, of the Congress will join us again in a bit. Vasudha, still having trouble with those lines there in terms of lining up our guests. Of course, it is an extraordinarily important moment as far as this case is concerned, because remember, this is a retired Supreme Court judge who's headed this commission, and the indictment is serious. You take yourself back to the election campaign in 2023, where not just the Congress, even Prime Minister Modi accused the BRS of using the Kaleshwaram project as an ATM. Uma Sudhir, I believe we can go across. Very briefly, Uma, what does this mean for KCR, who has not been seen very active politics since the electoral defeat? Uma, if you can hear me, just what does this mean for the BRS and for KCR specifically?
Okay, the Congress and the BJP, as you know, prior to elections and after the elections as well, have been talking about Kaleshwaram as the ATM for the BRS. And now they have an official report by one-man judicial commission which is exactly saying that, indicting the former chief minister and also 2 ministers who were in his cabinet. Of course, for the BJP, it's also an embarrassment that one of them is now a BJP MP who's been indicted in that sense, or blamed by the PC Ghose Commission report, which also recommends, saying that there is going to be more probes that must be conducted in order to establish the liability per se for the financial losses that are caused for the huge numbers of irregularities that we are talking about. For the BRS, it certainly comes at an inopportune time when they are already, having certain kind of internal problems as well. They have to keep their space in the public domain, and we have been seeing the internal squabbles within the first family of the BRS as well. But of course, the BRS's own political strategy will be to try and divert the attention away from the PC Ghose Commission report. But with local body elections also coming up, I would suspect that the Congress is going to be using this to full measure, not just to say that there were huge irregularities or alleged irregularities in the structure, design, financial, otherwise, but to tell people that it is your money that's been swindled away by the BRS, which had actually showcased the Kaleshwaram project as one of the biggest achievements, so to speak, of the KCR government time, when they had in fact showcased it as something that's going to
I believe we can go across to Krishank Manne as well as Ram Mohan Reddy of the Congress. Krishank Manne, obviously this is a big hit for the BRS, given that the indictment has come from the commission that was probing the matter.
Well, Veera, I don't think so, because if the Andhra Pradesh, which is taking up Banakacharla project, if there was no Kaleshwaram today, definitely Andhra Pradesh going about with projects like Banakacharla would have dried up Telangana. Ultimately, what will people see? That even today, Congress MLAs are going in their constituencies and switching on the pump sets. It is from the Kaleshwaram water, which is going into Telangana districts. And Congress is talking about cost escalation. From where did this 38,000 crore come? From 2008 Pranahita Chevella project. Now, Veera, in 2007, 17,000 crores, within 1 year, they escalated it to 120% to 38,000 crore, where they did not do anything. Now, from 38,000 crores, from 2008 to 2022, for 14 years, for a project which is for 141 TMC, 3 barrages, 15 reservoirs, not like just 11 TMC of Congress's design. Now, won't iron increase? Won't the cost of cement increase? Won't transport increase? Fuel increase for 14 years, where Congress escalated the price just for 1 year and no inquiry for that.
Mr. Reddy,
So
that's a very important point. Also, you know, BRS keeps saying that 1 crore acre of land was irrigated under the Kaleshwaram project. Congress party says that there was nothing of that sort that happened. Governments are supposed to build on, you know, the previous government's achievements and work for people. Is there a sense that there's a political vendetta? Because I'm forgetting the count of commissions that are formed, from Lokur Commission to Ghose Commission. Is there a sense that there's a political vendetta against the previous government?
Absolutely, Vasudha. See, now our leader,
Mr. Reddy, Krishank, let Mr. Reddy respond to that. Yeah, Mr. Reddy.
Yeah.
See, I just would like to tell you that what are the proposed new acreage that is called I-cut in the DPR of the Kaleshwaram project, 17 lakh acres. How can they claim like 1 crore acres under Kaleshwaram? That means, is irrigation in Telangana depending on only the proposed that damaged Kaleshwaram is doing that? No. There are projects before BRS party. There are projects coming up after BRS party. Now, let us confine to the subject that the thieves of Telangana are exposed by PC Ghose Commission's report. Because it is not only PC Ghose Commission report, but also let us not forget the NDSA final report. Let us not forget the identifications of GAG report. See, there are mass irregularities where they looted public money like anything. I just would like to ask a straight question to the BRS spokesperson, because he's claiming that they have, built so many barrages like Medigadda, Annaram Sundilla and linkages, and he's claiming that there is some new I-cut is being covered. But my question is, are you drawing a single drop of water from the head regulator of Kaleshwaram, that is Medigadda, which is collapsed? The very purpose of drawing water from the Godavari has defunct. So how can you say that they are drawing water and irrigating the lands? Very sorry. So this is what a distracting politics being done by BRS party.
Okay, you made a point, Krishank Manne. The fact is that there is a commission which is inquired and has come out with a severe indictment. Now, what next is possibly a criminal case. Doesn't that worry the BRS that, look, this will mean that both the BJP and Congress will say that their allegations are substantiated? The allegation that Kaleshwaram was an ATM for the BRS family will be substantiated.
Yeah.
Veera, do you think they'll go and keep this commission's report in front of the Honorable Court of Law? They will not. They will put up another SIT or BIT or ACB or CA. They'll come up with different names on it. Arey, tamasha karna hai aur ek 3 saal. That is how they want to run their government. Don't talk about the 420 promises. Don't talk about the guarantees. Don't talk about the declarations. Let's talk about Power Commission on KCR's government. Let's put up Kaleshwaram Commission, any phone texting, phone tapping scam or Formula E or any other race. Keep everyone busy in this for another 3 years. That is how they can divert from the governance, from their promises. Please go to the court of law. We are ready to challenge it because, see, number one, we don't think that this is the exact report also, because it can be a tailored report by the Congress government, which has broken the seal. They've broken the cover of the seal and they've edited a few facts of
Rammohan
it.
Reddy, quick rebuttal. Go to a court of law.
Veera, let them say whatever they want. Let them say tamasha. Let them say etc. etc. But the dukaan of BRS बंद हो गया. दुकान BRS का तो बंद हो गया क्योंकि they are exposed. They are exposed. Not only, see, they never showed respect towards NDSA final report. They never showed respect towards vigilance report. They never showed respect towards honorable high courts. They never showed respect towards PC Ghose commission report.
All right.
See, today they are exposed with substantial evidences. Let me quote a single sentence. Let me quote a single sentence, Veera. Let me quote a single sentence from PC Ghose commission. Held directly and also vicariously accountable. It is about KCR. It is about their boss, KCR, who is none other than leader of opposition in Telangana.
Here, Vasudha.
Yes.
This is going to be an intense debate in as far as Telangana is concerned. It is an extremely politically sensitive case, a massive project there. But thanks to the two of you for joining us here. Now to the national face-off, Vasudha, over national awards for the controversial Kerala story. The film won Best Director for Sudipto Sen and Best Cinematography for Prashantu Mohapatra. But there has been vigorous criticism from the left and the Congress, which have questioned the awards for a film which was factually incorrect and accused of being false propaganda. FTII Students Association also called the award for the film, quote-unquote, a dangerous endorsement of Islamophobia.
But the bigger question, Veera, is also how National Film Awards are becoming or being perceived as tools for political messaging. While one section is praising Kerala's story for tackling a relevant social issue, another section is condemning the movie for spreading misinformation. But then who decides what is socially relevant? It can't be the viewers alone. And is cinema being used to shape public opinion in ways that blur art and ideology? That is the big question. Get in Sudipto Sen now. He's the director of Kerala Story, the filmmaker in question. Mr. Sen, thank you so much for joining us on NDTV. 2 national film honours for the Kerala Story. Did you expect this? What was your first response?
The thing is, after making a small film, which costed around 19-20 crore, a film becomes so big that in the terms of finance, the ROI become 1400%, and to me, the number of footfall goes beyond 5 crore, and including the number of viewers in OTT, almost 25 crore people have seen the film so far, and the kind of blessings, kind of responses we got from every nook and corner of the country, irrespective of the language, like a Hindi film becoming so big in South Indian states was amazing. So we were expecting few awards, maybe the best film award. But me getting the best director is definitely, it is a surreal feeling for sure.
While you celebrate all that, sir, there have been other strong responses too. Kerala Chief Minister has called the movie an insult to Malayalis and Kerala. Students Association of FTII has said, and I quote, National Award for Kerala Story is a dangerous endorsement of Islamophobia, lies, bigotry and fascism. This is a view many critics have also shared. What is your response to them?
Now, about the comment, I read the comment of Honorable Chief Minister, Comrade Pirari Bijayan. Now, in 2010, the then CPM Chief Minister, B.S. Bachudanandan sir, he's just left us. I believe he would have been very, very happy with my national award, because in 2010, he had a press conference in Delhi where he said that PFI and SDPI are posing a big threat on Kerala's sovereignty, and the way it is going, in 20 years, Kerala will be turned into an Islamic state. Perhaps you have also seen that in his press conference. Now, there was a backlash on B.S. Achudanandan's comment. And you know who is his colleague, B.S. Achudanandan's colleague, who defended B.S. Achudanandan's comment on Kerala turning into 20 years? It is Comrade Pinayari Vijayan. So, the Honorable Chief Minister, very, very senior politician, if he changes his version from 2010 to today, then how can I reply that? Because a politician can change their version, can change their ideology. I cannot. Being a filmmaker, I still will tell you that I am inspired by Comrade V.S. Achudanandan's that press conference, which instigated me to make this film. And that time, Pinayari Vijayan sir supported that. Today, he is saying that it is a misinformation. I don't know what to say. A. B. I am not an Islamophobic. This film has nothing to do with Islam, nothing to do with any religion. This film is on the ISIS terror plot. If you have seen the web series like Caliphate in Netflix, the same story, it is based on Kerala. ISIS has a plan, a plot for Europe, for America, for Australia, for New Zealand, for Britain. They recruit girls from ISIS terrorists. Perhaps you know that. Now, they had a model for India, and that got a safe haven in the northern part of Kerala, in Kasargod, in Mallapuram, in Kozhikode, in Wayanad kind of places. Now, you tell me that 10, 12 years, we worked on this subject. I believe we have more than 1,000 testimonies of the girls. Those girls are now everywhere seen in the television channel, who are telling the story of their life and saying Kerala story is their life, story of their life.
But Mr. Sen, isn't it also true that parts of the film, specifically on the number of women getting forcibly converted, taken to ISIS camps, is an exaggeration? You've said that the number could be in thousands. The trailer also had to be dropped. Critics say that kind of narrative suits a certain political and ideological agenda.
Have you ever interviewed any girls of Arsha Vidya Samajam girls? Have you ever interviewed Arsha Vidya Samajam girls? They are in Trivandrum. There are more than 10,000 girls associated with that organization. All these girls are the victim of manipulative conversion. Have you ever tried to talk to them? These girls are available in everywhere. They are going all over the country, all the nooks and corners of the country, to tell their stories. They are saying that Kerala story is their life. We depicted there. We can see us in the screen. Please try to talk to them. We presented around 40-45 girls before the press in Bombay immediately after our release of our film. Now, the matter of fact is, the journalist will not work. They will not. It is a hidden fact of last 20-25 years. Today I tweeted, there is a Maharaja's College in Kochi. A boy called Abhimanyu been brutally killed. I tweeted today. And he was killed because he wrote death to communalism in the wall of the college. Now he is an SFI leader. Just imagine that how radicalism gone into the veins and the blood cells of the Kerala's existence. I can keep on telling that how things are going wrong in northern districts.
No, we'll leave that conversation there, Sudipto Sen. But the question will be raised about the numbers and the scale that was projected and whether that suited a propaganda agenda. That's the allegation, at least. That was Sudipto Sen there, Vasudha. Of course, many questions, contentious questions about the Kerala story remain.
Absolutely. All of this gets all the more interesting with Kerala elections coming up. Joining us this evening is Navya Haridas of the Kerala BJP. We have Raju P. Nair of the Congress Party. Thank you both of you for joining me on this broadcast, joining us on this broadcast. Navya, to you first. You heard the critiques out, both UDF and LDF strongly saying that this is an insult to the people of Kerala and that this movie is highly exaggerated. How would you defend that?
See, actually, the movie Kerala Story exposes the religious conversion of the women in Kerala. Here, the number is drastically increasing, and we could see that around 30,000 girls have been converted to Islam. We are not against Islam, or we are not opposing any other religions. We are just against the terrorism only. Soon after converting into Islam, they are forced to go to join ISIS. That's where the point lies. So it's the
number,
Kerala story,
right? What is the proof of this 30,000? 30,000 women going missing?
The whole question has been the number. The scale at which it's being propagated, it makes it look like it's a common thing. It could be a stray case, but that's really the one in contention. Where is the proof for it?
Yes, actually, there are so many. After the conversion, the girls are coming back and joining the centers because it's the girls have been traumatized, and so many centers are there in Trivandrum. Also, we could see around 10,000 girls are there in the traumatic centers. So this statuses should also be checked. Actually, while discussing the impacts of the film, we must go to the statistics also. See, they are forced to convert to Islam and join the ISIS after brainwashing them.
Mr. Raju Nair, the BJP saying that this is a substantial allegation and she claims that she has proof.
Okay, so I would have liked Mr. Sudeep to be the interview because I would have asked him if he was so sure about the numbers, and even my colleague Ms. Navya is so sure about the numbers, why did they change the numbers from 32,000 to 3 in their trailer? So that's the first question he should have answered. The next thing is, if he's very sure
Navya,
about
just answer.
numbers, if he's very sure about these numbers, the first movie he should have made is about an inept PM, because after the 11 years of the rule in center, if he's not able to counter this terrorist activity in the country, better he resign and go. So I think Navya also should. And now to Ms. Navya, one of your colleagues, Mr. Krishnadas, during a channel discussion when this movie was released, had made such allegations about the thousands of cases which you know. And I challenged him. And I said, I will be waiting for you the next day at Ernakulam South Railway Station. And you should give me at least 10 cases with proof. 10 cases. The next day at 11 o'clock, I was at the South Railway Station. And your colleague, Mr. Krishnadas, came. You can call him and ask him. And he did not have one case with him. Okay. A genuine case with him, and he didn't apologize, but it is on that day evening they had to change.
But Mr. Raju, let me also point out that it's not just the BJP which has raised these concerns. There are also Christian groups which have raised these concerns. We'll come to that in just a bit. But Navya, how do you respond to Mr. Raju's statement that the trailer was dropped because the numbers were grossly exaggerated?
See, that's a film. It's we all know that it's a real life based film. So the counts in the film and in the real life, it may not mismatch. That's my point. In real life, in Kerala, we must
even
take
the RTI
says
3 is different than 30,000. So there's a huge difference between these. There's a huge distance between these numbers.
I'm challenging Navya. If you can give me at least 10 numbers with the FIRs lodged, at least 10 numbers, I would do whatever you say. Tomorrow, NDTV can give me
Navya,
2 minutes.
You have 10 numbers with FIR lodged.
Sure,
That's the challenge thrown by Raju.
Sure, I accept the challenge, Mr. Raju. Before evening tomorrow, I can give you more than 10 numbers because in my location also, I can point out the numbers.
Registered with FIR.
Yes.
Has been launched.
Yes. Definitely. Tomorrow before evening.
I will request NDTV. I will request NDTV to follow this.
I would disagree with that because if this is a social problem, I don't think every woman goes to file an FIR. Let Navya respond to this. Navya, this is a sensitive issue. Do you think that the filmmaker could have been a little more careful with the numbers?
Yeah, it's a very sensitive issue, and we all know that it's been politically taken as a debate because it's only based on the votes. See, this is a very relevant social issue, and now the other political leaders are trying to spread the hate or trying to spread that it's a misinformation. But it's not regarding spreading a hate or misinformation.
Vasudha, Mr. Raju Nair has thrown a challenge, and you've said 10 numbers you will provide. What happens
Definitely,
if those
we
10
can
numbers
provide
with
more
FIRs are
than
not
10 numbers.
available?
We can provide. See, everyone are aware that it's
with
happening
FIR,
in
and accepting the
Kerala.
challenge.
Sorry, go ahead. Final word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we all know that
So one
these
thing, let me
things are
just make
happening
it
in
clear.
Kerala.
Let me just make it clear. Whatever the BJP and Mr. Sudipto says, the facts are entirely against them. In 2020, the Union Home Minister, the State Home Minister, had categorically placed in the Parliament. There is not even one case registered from Kerala that is linked to ISIS. And the overall arrest has been made in the country
The
is
question,
154.
Vasudha, right now is about
and
national
it is
award,
Tamil Nadu which
when
tops
the
the
facts
list.
are under
Second
question.
comes Uttar Pradesh, and third comes Kerala. The total arrests that have been made in the entire country is 154. So if they have to make any story, that story should be about Uttar Pradesh. And that story should be about Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Instead, they are making
Navya.
a political
Navya, very quickly after
conspiracy.
this. Yeah, very quickly to this. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we cannot suppress this issue like this. While the time that film was released, then onwards the political party has taken it, and the release in the many theaters were prevented at that time. So, because the information which is being
Navya,
provided,
have your home minister or prime minister.
it's providing,
Okay,
it's
let her
providing
finish,
a
Mr.
light
Raju. Let her
to.
finish. Yeah.
It's the
I'm-
question
I'm
It's
your
of
providing
Minister
light to the
film which has been
exploitation
given
of
a national
women.
award. I think the
So
larger question being raised is about the
we are
endorsement for
against
the
the
film.
exploitation of
And
women.
that's really
And
the question, Vasudha. That's been raised at the moment by the CPI, the Chief Minister, as well as the FTI Students' Union.
Absolutely, Veera. And also, when a film causes so much debate, it's worth asking how much power does cinema even have to shape what people believe in. But clearly, this is an issue we will continue tracking. It's time for a short break. We'll be back on the other side.
Hello, Moto.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
Finessa windows, beautiful and durable designs, इंस्टॉलेशन से मेंटेनेंस की लाइफ लॉन्ग कस्टमर सर्विस। आपके घर में फिनेस्टा नहीं है तो कॉल कीजिए।
Find finer Finesta.
That's huge. That is a biggie. It's out of it.
Gold Glass Clear Glass. पार हो या नियर, सब कुछ दिखे क्लियर।
जब मुंबई से वापस कोल्हापुर शिफ्ट हुआ तो सबने कहा कि ड्रीम सिटी को छोड़ रहा है। ड्रीम सिटी, तो मैंने कहा ड्रीम में तो यही गलियां आती हैं। तो जब ये रियलाइज़ हुआ कि कुछ बड़ा करने के लिए बड़े शहर में रहने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, तब लगा कि लाइफ में ग्रो किया। कशी ताई, ऐसे बॉय मिलते मुंबई में? चांस ही नहीं।
SIP करो, इन्वेस्ट करो, लाइफ में ग्रो करो। प्रतिभूति बाजार में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। निवेश करने से पहले सभी संबंधित दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I'm bringing that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti, also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
India's IT capital is always bustling, a city full of startups, stories and surprises. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
हेलो, बोलिए मैडम। डब्बा टेलिंग कब से चल रहा है पता है मैडम आपको? हम और आप तो जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था हमारा।
We investigated a shady advisory firm that has spent big bucks on advertising on the front pages of national dailies.
ये आपको बिल्कुल उसका ऐसे हल्का सा भी खौफ नहीं है।
मैडम एक बात, खौफ किस लिए रखना चाहिए तो बताओ, कौन सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ मैं?
After our report, we also saw NSE came out with a cautionary circular to the investors. Market Regulator, Securities and Exchange Board of India has also come out with a release talking about the actions that it has taken. Cyber complaint has also been filed against the entities involved in this entire Dabba trading scam.
You know, first when Sayyara released and we as audience realized, oh my God, what is happening? You know, when did you realize it? Like, it's like, whoa, I didn't expect this, what is happening? Like that wave that hits you.
You know, the first thing that really hit me, I'm telling you, was a month back actually, to be honest, is when Adi sir saw the film. And he saw a very loose cut and he decided the release date. But he was always, like me and Akshay were so into making the film, I think, along with Sumanna and all. Sometimes when you're so into it and you don't realize, you don't see it from, and then he saw it from a third person perspective. I mean, he was always super confident about the film. And
Welcome back now to our special urban focus. Our city, our fight, Bengaluru's Yellow Line is all set to begin operations shortly, with the Prime Minister expected to inaugurate it on the 10th of August. And Veera decided to show us just why Bengaluru needs every possible metro line as fast as it can get.
Yes, Yellow Line is delayed and we need we need a metro line in every color, Vasudha, reaching every corner. I'll tell you more, but first watch what I did this morning during peak hour.
Okay, with all the focus on the Metro Yellow Line and the Prime Minister's inauguration of it, finally, after many delays at the end of this week being the focus in Bengaluru, today we decided we'll have some fun. We thought we'll do the Metro versus Road Challenge. It's a race and there is no rage in it. And for this race, I will call myself Metro Veera. And the one who will be competing with me is our veteran NDTV driver, Murugan sir. He will call himself Shotgun Murugan. Murugan sir will take the car all the way from the Kengeri metro station till Trinity Junction, where the NDTV office is. I will come comfortably in the metro from Kengeri to Trinity Junction. It's a no-brainer for anyone in Bengaluru that from point A to point B, if it's connected by one line of the metro, you're definitely faster. But this is serious business and we want to establish how much time you save by using the metro, because it's a lifeline for people like me who use this line every day. And you will be surprised at the amount of time that I will take to reach vis-a-vis how much time Shotgun Murugan's going to take to reach. He's promised that he knows all the ways and he'll find the fastest path. But let's see what happens. I'm also sharing my live location with you, Murugan. He will be tracking me all through the way. I'll try and call him. We can't film inside the metro station, so we will throw the challenge to Murugan right here. Murugan, ready for challenge? Who will reach first?
Ready, sir.
Ready? You will go first?
Yes.
You're not the metro?
No. Car only, road only.
Murugan sir has thrown the challenge. He said he will go first. I'm heading out into the metro station here. Let's see what happens at the end of this race at Trinity Junction. So we're on and the race begins. Murugan gets a head start as I wait for the train. It could be up to 9 minutes in non-peak hours to wait for a train. But then the infamous Bengaluru traffic will soon catch up with Shotgun Murugan. Ha! Now we have the lead and we whiz past in the metro.
I thought I'll do a friendly phone call check on Murugan.
Hello, sir.
Where are you, Murugan?
I am on the way, officer, MG Road Metro Station. I am in Mysore Road Junction.
I have already crossed Magadi Road.
Okay, okay.
Very ahead of you. Let us see. I'll see you at Trinity. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye, sir.
Murugan is still stuck at Sirsi Junction, and I whisked past underground and closing in on the big Kempagowda Majestic Station where the purple and green lines meet. While Metro Veera is underground, Shotgun Murugan is wading through the most notorious traffic spots of the city on MG Road.
ಮುರುಗನ್ ವೀರ ಅಂಡರ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ್ರಿ ಹೋಗೋದು ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಾರೆ
ಹೋಗೋಣ ಸರ್ ಫುಲ್ ಜಾಮ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಸರ್ ಏನು ಸರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಾವು ಫುಲ್ ಜಾಮ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡೋಣ ಸರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ
And we are here at the Trinity Metro Station. 19 stations, 21 kilometers on the metro line in 36 minutes. Add to that another 10 minutes of waiting time for the train at worst situation and getting off and getting into the metro station. We started at 9:30. We're here at 10:16 sharp. Let's find out where my friend Shotgun Murugan is. I'm sure he's wading through traffic. Let's see how far he has gotten through Bengaluru's traffic. Let me call him now. It's ringing. Hello, Shotgun Murugan. Where are you?
Sir, I am in City Market Flower, sir. I am stuck in the traffic, sir.
You're still at that flyover?
Another 45 minutes, sir.
Will you reach today?
Okay, I am coming, sir. Coming, sir.
Shotgun Murugan will take another 40-45 minutes to reach. He's wading through traffic. These are the advantages of cutting through the city in a metro line. Now, I'm going to get myself a nice masala dosa and wait for Shotgun Murugan to reach the office, which is just a 2-minute walk away. Let's go grab a masala dosa and then I'll walk down to the office as we wait for Shotgun Murugan for another 45 minutes through Bengaluru roads. And finally, Mr. Shotgun Murugan has reached the office. It's 11:06 right now. Murugan, 1 hour 36 minutes. Fantastic. The man who challenged that he was going to reach earlier. Murugan, you said...
Sir, namaskar. Your metro win, sir. Your metro win.
My metro win. Car loss. In Bangalore, only take metro.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, in Bangalore only takes metro, concedes Shotgun Murugan. Look, the fun ends here. The truth is that this is a bustling city and you need alternate modes of transport. Finally, you'll have the yellow line being launched by the Prime Minister at the end of this week, hopefully. But remember, that's after many delays. Then there is the orange, there is the blue, there is the pink, and one day perhaps a red line as well. Then there is a question of the suburban rail. You need peripheral ring roads. The infrastructure needs of this city are endless. It requires the center, the state, civil society, everyone coming together. And while it's fun to do a challenge on road versus train, there's much, much more in terms of infrastructure that this city needs. And that's perhaps the focus that needs to be as far as Bengaluru city is concerned. That's all we have time for. In Bengaluru, Veera Raghav for NDTV.
Well, Veera, what a wonderful reality check. I'm going to do the same thing in Delhi. And to top it all, the masala dosa visuals were really, really enticing.
You will not get the masala dosa in Delhi, Vasudha, not the kind that you get here. But joining us this evening are urban governance expert Sridhar Pabishetty and Katyayani Chamraj, Executive Trustee of Civic Bengaluru. Sridhar, first to you. The yellow line will begin operations in a few days, hopefully. But when you see the map of Bengaluru, you need a metro line to every corner. Orange, blue and pink in the making and hopefully red someday. Even that is not the only solution.
Absolutely, Veera. I mean, you actually took a cheat sheet when you did this race with Shortcut Murugan. You did not include the last mile connectivity. Not everybody has an office and a home next to a metro station. And and with the cancellations that's coming on the many app-based mobility platforms, it's not necessarily that when you include the last mile, we will be as lucky as you were today. Having said that, at best, the Bangalore Metro is able to carry 10 lakh people. We are a bustling metropolis of a crore and a half, and we are anywhere in between that. What will happen to the other people, right? And that's where I think imagination of public transport has to be all-encompassing. Can you look at what can you do with the buses? Tripling the buses of Bangalore can actually make the magic much more seamless. If you can make sure that the metro and the buses complement each other, it's amazing. I stay in Jayanagar. There is no metro feeder connectivity from where I stay to the metro. Every day I'm fleeced 60 to 80 rupees just to reach my metro station, which is just 2 kilometers away.
Right.
We need to look at holistically. We need to get the suburban train, which, according to my friend Anand Sirur, has been in the making for the last 42 years. Anand Sirur wrote a letter to the editor, I think to Deccan Herald, 42 years ago, saying that we should have an imagination for urban rail. Right? So why is it that we are not able to make progress on that?
Let me just get one response on the last mile connectivity and also on the various delays that we've seen over the last many years. Katyayani, there's also the question of getting the centre, state and various stakeholders together. L&T, for instance, has pulled out of this suburban rail project, which is essential for the city. How do you look at this?
Why is the suburban rail on the back burner always? And, there are statistics which show that the suburban rail will be able to carry 89,000 people per hour per direction. And we are focusing on tunnel roads, incentivizing only the private car vehicles, and and which can carry only about 1,700 or 1,800 people per hour. And is there any economic justification for investing in a tunnel road while putting the suburban rail on the back burner? And what we are reading recently about L&T withdrawing from the contract and saying that the land was not made available to them in time, and only about 8% or 12 kilometers have been given to them, whereas they were supposed to get the land within 9 months or 8 months. And why is the delay in expediting the suburban rail? Because that would have been the best solution for Bengaluru's traffic congestion. And also,
unfortunately, your internet seems to be patchy. We're not able to get the line clear from you there. Sridhar, very briefly, you spoke about last mile connectivity. Vasudha, we only used half the purple line today, right? From Kengeri to Trinity. Now, if I had gone all the way to Whitefield, I would have outdone Shotgun Murugan by a couple of hours. Now, even if I have to take 40 minutes last mile connectivity, Sridhar, I'm still better off using the metro. I agree that every corner of the city needs a metro to reach, but till such time, is there an intermittent solution that one can see for traffic to move faster?
I completely agree, but don't forget that the peak hour traffic is almost crushing in Bangalore lines. We hear complaints of people avoiding the peak hour traffic and because they can't bear the rush that is coming into it. So all said and done, we are talking about 10 to 12 lakhs, not really the 1.4 crore Bangaloreans of how they want to commute to and back from this. The simplest way is to triple the buses. We have spoken a lot about this. Tripling the bus network of Bangalore will do magic, and thankfully some steps are being taken towards that.
Right.
And until unless we imagine the buses, the metro and the suburban rail to work complementary, just like how the Transport for London, TfL does the planning for London and then creates the carrying capacity of the city. We are going to get into multiple choco blocks, and we are going to slow down as a city. I'm glad that it worked out for you. I'm glad that it will work out for Whitefield.
Vasudha,
but not every day I'm going from
if you were to search for Kengeri to Whitefield at peak hour time, the Google will throw up saying that anywhere between 1.5 hours to 2.5 hours, and anyone who uses the road knows that it could be even up to 3 hours. So it's the kind of vagaries of time that plays out on Bengaluru's roads that's a concern. Obviously, traffic as well as road quality.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
Veera.
and-
And who gets to the office faster? And like Mr. Sridhar said, the last mile connectivity is a challenge that I think policymakers will have to look at. Thank you, Sridhar, and thank you, Katyayani, for joining us on this debate. From the urban debate to actor and MP Kamal Haasan, sparking off another controversy on the Sanatan Dharm, provoking sharp reactions from the BJP. Speaking at the 15th anniversary celebrations of actor Surya's Agaram Foundation on Sunday, he noted the transformative power of education, describing it as the only force, Veera, capable of challenging what he termed as the dictatorship of Sanatan ideology.
That comment was made in the context of his opposition to the NEET exams and reflects the firm position of Dravidian ideologues in the context of Ambedkarite opposition to caste. Kamal's comments are a sharp attack on Hindutva and, as expected, provoke sharp reactions from the state BJP. Listen to his comments before we head in for a quick face-off on the issue.
அந்த கல்வி இந்த போரில் ஆயுதமின்றி நாட்டையே செதுக்க வல்லது. இது சர்வாதிகார சங்கிலிகளை, சனாதன சங்கிலிகளை எல்லாம் நொறுக்கி தள்ளக்கூடிய ஒரே ஆயுதம் இதுதான்.
Mr. Kamal Haasan, your family is known for Sanatan Dharma. Your father is a Sanatani. Have you forgotten that? Money, power has clearly come out of your mind, and it has created, it has corrupted your mind. Mr. Kamal Haasan, apologize, or you will be a slave always to DMK.
Let's talk about what he actually said and what is going to be the political fallout of this. Joining us now is Dr. R.K. Radhakrishnan, Senior Associate Editor, Frontline, and we have Ashwathaman Alimuthu, State Secretary of Tamil Nadu BJP. Thank you both of you for joining me on this broadcast. Dr. Radhakrishnan, R.K., Kamal Haasan is known to make these statements. We've seen the Chola controversy, we've seen the Kannada controversy, but even in the context of Udaynidhi talking about Sanatan Dharm, there was a certain perception that he's talking about untouchability or caste discrimination, something that Ambedkarites also talk about. Is the BJP overreacting here, or do you think that Kamal Haasan should have been far more careful?
See, the problem happens to be that there is no one accepted definition for Sanatana Dharma. What the South sees it, or rather as Dravidians see it, is Sanatana Dharma is about the Varna system, and hence it is steeply placed in the Manu Shastra. That entire thing is about Varnashra Dharma, and hence you have to break that, because Manu very clearly says that the so-called lower caste should not be educated and whatnot. So that is where the entire Tamil pantheon sees this issue, barring of course the BJP, which says that Sanatan means something else. Sanatani is equivalent to a saint. That's what Narayan is saying. Now the thing is that it makes a huge difference when Kamala Haasan, a Brahmin, says the same thing, because Narayan also is a Brahmin, and here you have Kamala Haasan, a Brahmin, saying that Sanatana is the problem and Sanatana has to be countered. I think it is rare for a Brahmin to say that, and of course we have a lot of Brahmins who think that Sanatana is a chain and Sanatana Dharma has to be done away with and all of that. But we don't still have a definition or accepted definition of Sanatana Dharma, and you can interpret it as you want and I can as I want. And I don't see even the Supreme Court being able to define Sanatana Dharma to the satisfaction of both the Dravidians and the Hindutva people.
Right. Ashwathaman
That's an important point there, but it's also more about the political context, right, R.K. Radhakrishnan? Largely, it's about the political context and who gains to reap from the political comments that are being made. Mr. Alimuthu, what do you have to say? Why make a mountain of a molehill given that the context is very clear in Tamil Nadu? It only adds to the Dravidian propaganda or their propaganda machine.
Actually, in Tamil Nadu, very politics is constructed, specifically Dravidian politics is constructed against Hinduism. That very politics in Tamil Nadu, especially parties like DMK, VCK, and as well as that Kamala Haasan, we cannot able to say he running a party. He running he having 1 or 2 persons. They are also went to DMK. Kamala Haasan also now is a DMK person likely to be. But all parties are pouring vengeance on Hinduism. We are keep asking. We people of Tamil Nadu keep asking. Why you are day by day, day to day? Why you are reproaching? Why you are pouring, revealing your vengeance on Hinduism? What wrong? We Hindus, we Tamilians, doing against you. See, only for the purpose.
But this is a construct from which you are seeing, sir. The larger system doesn't see it as an attack on Hindus. They see it as an attack on the caste system.
Yeah. That's what Udaynidhi also talked about. If you look at the entire speech, it's like our case also.
I'm asking you the side question.
Mr. Ashwathaman, is there a problem because Kamal Hassan is saying this? Is his caste also a problem here? Why is it not easy for you to understand that, you know, it is just caste discrimination that we'll be talking about?
See, it is not as if. I'm asking you the side question. If you wanted to saying against to caste system, why don't you use the word caste system? Why are you using the word Sanatan?
RK, respond. It's also mischievous.
Wait a minute.
There's also an element of political mischievousness in using it.
We don't have forever.
Please give me some space. I am asking you, if you wanted to mention the caste system, why don't you use the word caste system? Why you people using Sanatan Dharma?
Kamal Hassan of all people knows what Sanatan Dharma is in the south of India and in the north of India. Do you think it does this deliberately?
Not really. I mean, there is nothing deliberate about this. Sanatana Dharma is something that every single political party here uses, including Tirumavalavan and the others. You can name any politician, including the AIDMK has been using, and they have been against this, against what they call their understanding of Sanatana Dharma, number one. Number two, no political party anywhere in India, including Goa, Manipur and Kerala, can be against Hinduism. This is a very basic understanding that everybody has. What they are against it is the form of Hindutva being practiced by the BJP, especially in Tamil Nadu. What we see is they tried to do something with Lord Muruga from Vel Yatra onwards in 2020. That did not work. And then again, they caught hold of Lord Muruga and did a Lord Muruga conference. That also did not work. No party. In fact, Stalin is on record just before the 2021 election saying that more than 90% of people in my party are Hindus. He was forced to make this statement. Definitely yes. But the point is that he is saying something that all of us know, that you cannot antagonize the Hindus and expect to win an election in India. As simple as that in any constituency.
Quickly, Mr. Ashwathaman, respond to that, sir. Closing remarks.
See, actually, once Karunanidhi DMK leader says, reproach the Lord Rama. Once DMK, Stalin, now CM, reproached Hindu mantras which he used in the marriages. Tirumavalavan reproached the Hindu temples. Straightly. It is not against the caste system. It is against Hinduism. That very conference that Udaynidhi Stalin participated and said that he is going to eradicate Sanatana Dharma. Please see the resolution of the conference. All resolutions against Hindu Dharma, holistic Hindu Dharma. They are against Hinduism. See, if you don't
it's an extremely emotional and sensitive debate, but of course has a much larger political context, Vasudha. Ultimately, politicians make statements that work for them politically. It is largely less ideological or religious in nature.
Absolutely, Veera. Whether one agrees with Kamal Hassan or not, yes, and whether one agrees with Kamal Hassan or not, I was listening to that speech. It's clear that he's pushing for education and knowledge, and that, I think, is the moot point, and that is a conversation worth continuing.
That's right. That's all we have time for on the Southern View this evening. News and updates continue right here on NDTV.
I'm in Hostage Square in the heart of Tel Aviv, where more than 600 days after the horrific October 7th incident which triggered the war in Gaza, we are remembering what happened to the hostages. We are in Israel for a week asking the tough questions, looking not just at the hostage situation, the dynamics of West Asia, but also the key question, at a time when there are so many humanitarian concerns in Gaza, is there any chance of the war coming to an end?
Rahul Gandhi, after the Supreme Court rap for his comments on the army, Rijiju tells him to stop making false comments. BJP says India needs a better LOP. Sanjay Kapoor inheritance fight intensifies. Mother writes to UK authorities, demands a probe into her son's death. Prime Minister Modi pays tributes to JMM patriarch Shibu Soren. Prime Minister consoles Hemant Soren. Russia on Donald Trump's nuclear subs move. Russia's first response after Trump's move.
Presented by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Finessa windows. Beautiful and durable designs. इंस्टॉलेशन से मेंटेनेंस की लाइफ लॉन्ग कस्टमर सर्विस. आपके घर में फिनेस्टा नहीं है तो कॉल कीजिए.
Find Finer Finesta.
माय बर्थडे गिफ्ट टू पापा. ये उनके पापा की पहली गाड़ी एक गराज में पड़ी थी दार्जिलिंग में. फिर 3 मैकेनिक, पेंटिंग, पॉलिशिंग. जब इसे फाइनली घर लाया ना, तब लगा लाइफ में ग्रो किया है.
SIP करो, इन्वेस्ट करो, लाइफ में ग्रो करो.
प्रतिभूति बाजार में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है. निवेश करने से पहले सभी संबंधित दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें.
तू ही तो है जिसकी सच्चाई वाली क्लैरिटी की वजह से मैं आज यहाँ हूँ.
गोल्ड प्लस सिल्वॉक्सी मिरर्स, ऐसी क्लैरिटी कि आपको सिर्फ सच नजर आए, चाहे कितने भी साल बीत जाएं.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold ICICI CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
Vanakkam Tamil Nadu.
Now the battle for Tamil Nadu 2026 is open now.
After Chief Minister Stalin rolls up his sleeves.
And Vijay steps in as a star challenger.
This is a mass gathering, not for cash.
Meanwhile, a former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, begins his fight back.
The big comeback campaign by EPS has well and truly begun.
These are all the ultimate players, and this is going to be the ultimate test.
Mohit, you are known for your music. All your films, musics stay with us till today. I'm a millennial and those music are kind of music. So whenever we say Mohit Suri film aa raha hai, we know the music will be good, right? It's a given. So you really work hard. But is this always like how you create your music? You need everything in place, the mood, the lighting, even when the person is in the studio and just singing. And also, how did you select your musicians that this person's voice is perfect for this song?
That's what I think, the amount you give to a song, that's how long it will last, I think. Everyone does the programming, everyone writes the words, everyone makes the thing. But the thing is how much you give, how much of heart you give to the lyrics or to the music or to the melody or to the singing. That's how long the song will last, is what I genuinely feel. If you don't give that love, you're not going to get it back. It's just a simple debit and credit procedure, I think, with the audience. I genuinely feel I don't have any special skill. I don't know any scale or anything else. It's just that I enjoy that process a lot. Give me an evening to just go for a film party or something, I'll skip it. But you give me like a struggling musician to go who has a great tune, some new guys, chill all night with them. I can do that. I can just sit there, make music and stuff like that. We just did that recently. Fahim came down. He just surprised us, and we met in my Bandra office. And Han was there, Aneet was there, and he made me hear his other songs and stuff like that. But it was it's so much fun Because I just think making music, I mean, film, you still get to see something. I think music is so amazing. I mean, you just
don't need to see anything.
It's in the air, and suddenly it just comes together, and it's just, you can just feel it. And something.
Hello and welcome to India Matters on Monday night. Rahul Gandhi finds himself under fire once again, only this time it's not from the ruling AP, it's from someone else entirely. Rahul Gandhi has received what can only be described as a brutal tongue lashing today from the Supreme Court, India's highest court. The trigger was his remark a few years ago that Chinese soldiers were beating up Indian army personnel in Galwan in Ladakh and that India had lost 2,000 square kilometers of territory to the Chinese. That statement, whether realized it or not, aligned perfectly with Chinese propaganda that it had defeated the Indian army. The truth is something entirely different. Our soldiers, in an incredible fight against the odds, not only held the Chinese back on their side of the line of actual control in Ladakh, but also beat the hell out of a deceitful and unprofessional Chinese army that had come in for an ambush without any provocation. You can ask personally, I literally wrote a first-hand account of the clash, the only power to speak to the soldiers who were involved in that fight with the Chinese. Today, the Supreme Court asked Rahul point blank, when there is a conflict across the border, is it unusual to have casualties on either side? That question was a reality check and a reminder that national security is not a playground for reckless one-upmanship. I do not personally agree with the Supreme Court when it says, if you are a true Indian, you would not say these things. Nobody should be handing out certificates of what is or is not Indian. But I will say this tonight. Rahul Gandhi has a clear affinity for picking up an outsider's view to bash the Indian government without sparing a thought for his position, for the facts, for nuance, or even for political wisdom. Take the recent example of Rahul embracing Donald Trump's line that the Indian economy is dead. That has turned into a cringe moment even within the Congress party, which now finds itself lurching from one Rahul image crisis to another. Instead of building his own political weaponry against the government, Rahul seems constantly distracted by what India's foreign adversaries and vested interests have to say. On Galwan, his view aligns with China. On the economy, it aligns with Trump, and we know how he feels about India. On the Rafale controversy, Rahul's attack was allegedly fueled by reports in the French media. As leader of the opposition, Rahul's responsibility is not to behave like a campus rebel, say his critics, who enjoys scoring quick points without thinking through the consequences or how he looks. Yet his instinctive embrace of even the flimsiest outside criticism of India, no matter who it comes from or what the motives are behind it, shows that he simply has not grown up politically, perhaps. The damage is not just to him. His party is left to clean up the mess he leaves behind every one of those mindless Modi-bashing missions. At a time when there's more than enough weaponry to attack this government with, believe me, there is, Rahul Gandhi's bungled choice of issues only distracts from the genuine dissent and opposition to government policies that this country needs. This time, he heard it straight from the highest court in the land.
चाइना के बारे में एक सवाल नहीं पूछा जाएगा। जिन्होंने 2000 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर हिंदुस्तान का उठा लिया, जिन्होंने हिंदुस्तान के 20 जवानों को शहीद किया, जो हमारे जवानों को अरुणाचल प्रदेश में पीट रहे हैं, मैंने कहा हिंदुस्तान की प्रेस मुझसे इनके बारे में एक सवाल नहीं पूछेगी, मगर उस थ्रेट को ना छुपाया जा सकेगा और ना इग्नोर किया जा सकेगा। हिंदुस्तान की सरकार सोई हुई है। इस बात को हिंदुस्तान की सरकार सुनना नहीं चाहती है।
And joining me live now on India Matters is Manikam Tagore, Lok Sabha MP of the Congress Party. Good news today from the Supreme Court for Rahul Gandhi because the defamation case has been stayed against him, so he doesn't have to face defamation. But There were very, very scathing comments, Mr. Tagore, for Rahul Gandhi. Your opening reaction to that, the Supreme Court basically saying, were you there? You know, a true Indian would not say that the Chinese army came and bashed the Indian army. Your first words, Mr. Tagore.
This is when I read that story about what in the court of the record, whatever it has been commented by the honorable judges, if you are a true Indian, then you would not say such thing. I thought that new law in place where true Indians should not question the government in power for Chinese inclusion. We need to understand that as leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi ji has been raising this issue multiple times, and facts are there, and journalists like you also knows that Mr. Gandhi has been from 2021. He has been raising in many forums, and in Parliament also he has raised that. He has submitted questions. He has wrote to Honorable Speaker for not admitting that questions, and then he has raised it in the Parliament also. Therefore, this is usually the political leadership only speaks this thing. When we ask the government some questions about which is not acceptable to them, political leadership you ask our they call it as anti-national, anti-Indian, or prove our Indianship. Now, in courtrooms also, the word is echoing is very unfortunate. We feel that we all have great respect for the judicial system and honorable judges sitting in various chambers in India. But these kind of words sends a very wrong message to the elected representatives when inside the chamber of parliament we can call anybody anti-national. Judges also we can question their loyalty to the nation. But that's not the right way to see the Constitution. Constitution is embodied with many kind of responsibilities, and we hope that honorable judges' words of the not in the order may be a positive order for Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji and the leader of opposition, but in the course of the conversation, some words has been spread, and the IT wing of BJP, we all know that can spread anything more than the way fire can be spread. They are so fast in spreading these kind of stories, and they were successful in creating an impression that the courts has called Mr. Gandhi as some other thing. Therefore, which is very painful for me when I saw that first time.
This is a very big comment you're making, Mr. Tagore, right now. Manikam Tagore, Congress MP, saying we can also question the loyalty of judges. They say they have the highest respect for the Supreme Court, but the Congress now officially saying we can also question the loyalty of judges of the Supreme Court. Mr. Tagore, I know you are weighing your words carefully, but the Supreme Court saying, you know, a true Indian would not say these words, in its oral order on Rahul Gandhi, has only fueled the idea that Rahul Gandhi gets energized by views of outside forces, which is what the BJP uses to attack Rahul Gandhi. What would you say about that, sir?
No, India's politics has changed. You have to understand it that India's politics has changed to the extreme words being used. It may be the right-wing conservative system in India, where they use very hard words, which usually gets usually we get hurt with their words, because the words are very sharp in it. And now in the central of those people who believes in a progressive politics also has to use strong words, not the hard words, strong words to convey something, because when we convey the truth, when we convey the direct words only, people understand it powerfully, because it is the words which matters now, because of the equilibrium where we live in. because of the social media as well as the media being in the 24/7 world. The lighter diplomatic words doesn't remember in your memory. We always forget the words which has been told in very sober languages or something, because we have to be very strong. We need to use strong words across the world. That is happening because if we are not using strong words, people don't remember what we are saying.
This is a really big news point breaking tonight on India Matters. A Congress MP going out on a limb to say we can question the loyalty of justices and judges as well on a day when the Supreme Court has had very harsh things to say about Rahul Gandhi. These are the questions we're asking tonight. Manikam Tagore, thanks for speaking to me here tonight on NDTV. The questions I'm asking tonight: who advises Rahul Gandhi on the choice of issues to attack the government with, especially at a time when there are so many things to attack the government about? Is Galwan really one of them? And has Rahul Gandhi paid the price for intemperate remarks? Does Rahul Gandhi believe outside voices more than his own party? Is Rahul to blame if his views align with China, Trump, Pakistan, etc.? Why is the BJP making that an issue? So what if others agree with him? Number 4, who is the government to call Rahul Gandhi an anti-national? But it's a completely separate issue for the Supreme Court to now actually do the same, because can the Supreme Court really hand out true Indian certificates? Can it judge who is really a true Indian? Are the big questions tonight on India Matters. Joining us live on India Matters tonight, Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, Sanjay Jha, political analyst. He speaks in favor of the Congress. Rajat Sethi is also a political analyst. Thanks very much to all of you. I started with the Congress MP. I'll begin with Charu tonight. Charu, the Congress party, you've just heard Manikam Tagore, sitting Lok Sabha MP, say, we can question the loyalty of Supreme Court judges as well. It's a big attack on the Supreme Court after its words on Rahul Gandhi tonight.
Good evening, Shiv. It's not very surprising for me to see Congress continue with this pattern of making reckless statements, because that seems to have become the norm for this political party. Rahul Gandhi is the leader of opposition. He sits in the Indian Parliament. But every single time, any statement or any narrative which is floated by any foreign power is the narrative that is supported by Rahul Gandhi, never that of Government of India. What happened today is very simple. The Supreme Court simply asked him that you are making all these tall claims. Do you have any substantive proof? Do you have any documentation, any satellite imagery or anything at all? He had nothing. None. As usual, simply making reckless statements with nothing to back them with. Here's a very simple thing. Usually, when a leader of a political party, especially a leader who's in the Indian Parliament, is speaking, he's going to be quoting the Indian Army. What does Rahul Gandhi do? He contradicts the Indian Army every single time. He'll contradict about surgical strikes. He contradicted even now during Operation Sindoor. He contradicted, in fact, insulted when he said, "Hamare jawan pit rahe hain." That's the kind of language he uses. And it's not just about our Jawan or our army. Just yesterday, Shiv, Rahul Gandhi was talking about late Arun Jaitley ji coming to him about farm laws, wherein Arun Jaitley ji had passed away a year
Charu,
before.
I'll come back to the other instances we'll come back to. Let's focus it on today's comments on the Galwan issue. We'll try and come back to the others if we have time. Sanjay, there's relief for Rahul Gandhi in the defamation case. That is definitely good news for him. But there is no ignoring the scathing nature of the comments made by no less than the Supreme Court for Rahul Gandhi. This is not from the BJP. This is from the highest court in the land.
Yeah. Shiv, it's good to be back on your program again.
Good to have you,
I want to make 2 quick points, which I think are very relevant, because these are very serious issues. We can't treat them as just some cursory discussion point. The Supreme Court statement, I'll tell you why I have a problem with that. I have a problem because I live in Mumbai, as you already know. And a couple of days ago, the Bombay High Court, when there were people who wanted to protest about the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, the Bombay High Court actually said, be more patriotic and look at other local issues. And I felt that was a very intriguing infringement on a call by people who had a fundamental right to protest. And I do believe that there are no sacred cows where India's institutions are concerned. I think let's put that speculation to rest. I think all of us are very seasoned adults and analysts of politics on your show. And everybody knows after the 4 Supreme Court judges of the Collegium did that press conference in New Delhi, where they talked about the Supreme Court's internal, moral, and several other crises, that no institution in this country is really a holy cow, which raises the fundamental point that end of day for the Supreme Court to say who is more Indian, and should Rahul Gandhi not speak on social media, but only in parliament, frankly speaking, appears to be both obtuse and outrageous.
Okay.
And let me tell you why. Number one, I think the Supreme Court's eminent judge, I have a lot of respect for the institution notwithstanding, should know that the President of the United States, the most powerful man in the world, declared a military ceasefire, and the government can dispute it for all I care, on Truth Social or X. I mean, the judges have to be a little, cognizant that times have moved on. Today, a political leader speaks on radio. Mr. Modi does a Man Ki Baat. You can speak actually on a podcast. You can do rallies. You can speak on multiple platforms, give TV interviews. To say that you can only address that in parliament, which, by the way, is not happening 365 days, and even when it does happen, the LOP may not get a chance to speak, is being rather myopic and not altogether, disputable.
But the game has changed somewhat today, Rajat. Are you surprised to see the Congress and its supporters attack the Supreme Court today and question its loyalty? Sanjay says, the Supreme Court is, has overstepped by actually questioning someone's Indianness in this particular regard. What do you think, Rajat?
Shiv, on a daily basis, Congress and the Congress supporters, they carry acid bottles and pour on the roots of our institutions. It happens every single day, be it Election Commission, be it the Supreme Court. They talk about fallibility of these supposedly constitutional institutions on one day, and the other day they start swearing by it. That how can BJP try and thwart the constitution and thwart the constitutional institutions? See, the problem is this cherry picking. They want to cherry pick when they're called out. Right now, Rahul Gandhi has been publicly called out for what he said, for the absolute, what I don't have worse words that I can think of right now, absolutely despicable words for our armed forces, because he deep down doesn't have respect for this country or anything this country stands for or anybody who carries the spirit of this country in the veins. The problem with Rahul Gandhi is that he can conjure up a sentence where India and death is put up together in one sentence when he called out India's economy as dead. He has that very, very confident, smirky laugh on anything negative. Have you ever seen, and I'm asking this question to your viewers, have you ever seen anything positive about our country from this man? Ever? How can it be that every single thing is negative, every single thing he wants to make absolutely vacuous claims, and when you are called out, you run away, you chicken out. You did the same when you went to Cambridge University and all around the universities, and you claimed Maharashtra election is rigged. Just day before yesterday, before his own supporters and party workers, he was saying, I didn't have proof for Maharashtra election. How irresponsible is this leader? And I shiver on the thought that this person is potentially running for office, the biggest office in our country.
Sanjay, irresponsibility, credibility crisis, leaping on the claims made by foreign voices, vested interests, that seems to be Rahul's big distraction. It's led to a kind of credibility crisis as far as he's concerned. And maybe that's one of the reasons why the Supreme Court has had such harsh views on him.
Well, Shiv, let me just tell Rajat, as far as India's institutional health is concerned, it's emasculated completely. May I remind him what the Supreme Court had to tell the ED? I mean, literally saying you're fighting political battles. So for God's sake, let's not even go down that road. The truth is this, Shiv, that end of day, the leader of the opposition commands the overall India vote bloc is 42% of India's voters. And Mr. Modi, as the Prime Minister of NDA bloc, commands 44% of the voters of India. To call the leader of the opposition anti-national is insulting the 42% Indians
but
who have voted for the Congress. But this is the Supreme Court,
not the BJP, Sanjay. That's the important part here.
I know. I'm aware. I'm just coming to that, which is why I said that for the Supreme Court to even insinuate on patriotism or the nationalism of a political leader who represents such a vast chunk of India is, in my opinion,
but Sanjay, is Rahul somewhat to blame for this? Is Rahul somewhat to blame for this? I mean, the recent one about the economy, the comment about the economy, even the Congress party has been, sort of cringing and saying, what kind of a comment is this behind closed doors? That's the point. So there is a pattern here as well.
Yeah, Shiv, you've been very reasonable and fair, and I think I really admire that really. So let me try and actually bite the bullet on your question.
Charu, coming to you after this.
I do believe, and that Rahul Gandhi needs to be careful, because when you become a public leader on regular basis on the national limelight, I have always felt that politicians lose that fundamental right of speech, because everything you say will be subject to scrutiny. It's normal, and will be subject to amplification by your opposition. I completely agree with you. I also feel that Rahul, however, on content has been bang on target. Like, for example, when he said, he talked about the dead economy, he should not have said it as a literal, shall we say, kind of a...
But that is precisely the point. Isn't that precisely the point, Sanjay? The nuance, I don't think anyone will disagree. And you know me, I'm very fair. I say that there are 100 issues on which the government can be taken to task. Absolutely. There are 100 issues, including on economy. There are issues on which the government can be taken to task. But by being irresponsible, jumping onto what Trump says, you've lost the opportunity, you've lost the audience, you've given the BJP a chance to attack you on being a Trump pyara and things like that.
I agree.
I got your point, Sanjay. Let me just bring...
Just 15 seconds.
Yeah, quickly finish.
Rahul actually elaborated on that later to talk about crony capitalism, etc., which I think I was on a TV show and people even edited that. So it's not really completely fair, but I do agree with you that when you become a very popular face of the opposition, or if you're in government, or you're the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi's speech gets
Sanjay, you know this well. Sanjay, you know this well. When we live in times of... bristling social media cells and spokespersons waiting to jump down your throat on everything. Rahul Gandhi is doing the equivalent of giving the BJP a full toss every single day. That is the point. And he's damaging his own party by doing that. Charu, yes.
So maybe on a lighter note, Sanjay ji should coach Rahul Gandhi a little bit. Why don't you, Sanjay?
Sanjay tried. Sanjay has tried. And he actually got punished for it.
So, why I mentioned Arun Jaitley ji, Shiv? The reason is that I wanted to quote a pattern. So whether it is about national security, whether it is about any policy of Bharat Sarkar, whether it is about just levying allegations on the Election Commission and then running away, he does it all from the safety of a mic in hand, standing safe behind a podium. Do you have the courage to speak in Supreme Court, to place any kind of evidence on record? Do you have the courage to reply to the Election Commission? Right. Put your allegations down on paper. No, he doesn't. And that is the problem. So whether he says that Chaukidar Chor hai, or the entire Rafale issue, which was completely misrepresented and he had to apologize for it later, the problem with our leader of opposition is that he's got zero accountability and he thinks he can get away with it. I am sorry, you cannot. And Sanjay ji, everything that he says is here on video, on record for the entire world to see, not just India, not just us. So when he calls the Indian economy dead, when he makes blanket statements about everything and anything, I think you need to take a stand against these kind of statements. Like I said, he sits in the Indian Parliament. It is Indian citizens who voted him into that position of power, and he needs to take national security more seriously. And I will say this again. Quote our defense minister, quote our army, quote our military, and our leaders have clearly, very clearly, multiple times stated, whether in media briefings or in parliament, that no such thing happened. Yes, there was a tussle, but Indian army came out tops. Shiv himself was visiting there and I saw him do interviews from the location itself. So how can you just shoot off the mouth and then think you can hide behind your spokespersons and pretend nothing existed?
Is it an accountability issue according to you, Rajat? These comments used to come thick and fast at one point of time. They were made before Rahul Gandhi was, became the leader of the opposition, and they're coming back to bite him now. But this is an accountability, entitlement issue, not really having paid the price for comments of this kind?
Certainly he hasn't paid the price because he carries a Gandhi behind as a surname. You remove that Gandhi and we'll see what he is and what he represents. First of all, he doesn't represent 42%. No India Alliance member today stands with him, even on his absolutely despicable remarks on India's economy. Even his own party people on record have said that what Donald Trump said was wrong. So I don't think he even has 40% of support within his own party. Forget about people of India. Again, he gets a long rope primarily because he's a Gandhi. And he assumes that he is the leader of opposition because nobody within the Congress party has the courage to actually stand up to this man. Even my dear friend Jha sir also couldn't stand up against him. Otherwise, he could have been a far better president of the Congress party than this man.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
This is the challenge. Till the party doesn't erupt from within, such absolutely inept politicians will continue to lead the grand old party of this country and devoid India's rightful opposition, which could hold the government of the day to account. He does this and he loses the plot completely.
Sanjay, you've been in the hot seat of defending the Congress party on principle on very, very difficult issues. It's actually kind of sad, and I want to know how you feel looking at this. I understand where you come from in principle on many of these issues. He is leader of the opposition, but the entire Congress machinery is now just consumed with putting out these fires, constantly in damage control mode as a result of these sort of personal indulgences, if I may use that phrase, of Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah, Shiv, I completely agreed with your introduction that the government of Mr. Modi has got so many fault lines that, frankly speaking, the opposition is not frankly ahead in the race already. I think they are giving it on a silver platter to the BJP.
Exactly.
And that's, frankly speaking, not in the nation's interest as well. So here is my fundamental problem that the Congress, I think, keeps making from time to time. And Rahul, I can say it publicly on your program, he's got the right intentions. His heart is in the right place. But when you are in politics, when you are in a 24/7 live wire television,
Sanjay, how long
media,
is that going to be said about Rahul Gandhi? How long is that going to be said? He has the right intentions.
Yeah, I agree with you that you have to be very prudent. I have always felt that politicians need to be circumspect, and political communication is the one fault line that very often gets good people to actually struggle and fall
Charu
behind
is
in the whole race.
vigorously shaking her head. She doesn't believe you when you say he's a man with right intentions. Charu, tell us why.
Absolutely not. He has lost close to 95 elections. And why? You cannot keep making excuses for a man who's old enough to be a grandfather already. I'm sorry, Sanjay ji. He needs to take responsibility, and more than that, all of Congress needs to stand against him and call him out. You need to do that, because if you all really want what is best for India, you have to play for Team India. You can't be on Team Pakistan one day, Team China another day, and Team USA the other day. When you have to speak in one voice for the nation, please understand that you can't keep weaponizing misinformation for petty political mileage. And that is what Rahul Gandhi is doing. You're weaponizing misinformation.
Rajat, final comment from you, then I'll end with Sanjay.
I think that Mr. Rahul Gandhi needs to love the country first before he makes public reckless remarks the way he does. Currently, I have enough evidence to come to a conclusion that his intentions are not right. He is a deeply anti-national person, and he has no right to be the leader of opposition of this country.
Absolutely.
Sanjay, I'm going to end with an interesting question for you. A prescription for Rahul Gandhi. Let's have a prescription. You've heard the BJP, you've heard Rajat. They say, no, you're wrong when you say that he's a man of right intentions. He has wrong intentions. The Supreme Court has kind of insinuated it. Rajat goes ahead and says he is anti-national. The BJP has held press conferences. You've seen what it's like in the political kitchen, as it were. But what would your advice be, Sanjay? I'm really interested in knowing what would your 5-point sort of prescription be for Rahul Gandhi, given that he's just gotten this tongue lashing from the Supreme Court today?
My prescription for Rahul Gandhi, and I've shared it with him personally quite often in the past, has been that please take every interaction with the public and the media extremely seriously. In fact, don't see it as a formidable threat. See it as a great opportunity. And, you know, if you're making an impromptu statement, please remember that you're the leader of the opposition. You are a shadow prime minister, to be honest. And if you're going to be seen in that light, particularly on foreign policy and national security, you've got to weigh in your words, because it's not just watched by Indian media or the Indian public, it's watched globally. So I just feel that end of day, the only advice that I would give Rahul is that please be very cautious. And in fact, if you're smart, I actually recommended go to television channels, talk to podcasters, engage with people, because I think everyone wants to know the mind of the leader of the opposition. And we should never be, developing some kind of a prejudice or a bias based on whatever past experience or, supposed some kind of stereotyping. It's very important to engage. I have always felt that.
Yeah.
And Shiv, I'm sure you'll agree with me that if Rahul were to come and tell you that I want to sit with you for half an hour, 1 hour to give you one-on-one,
I would love that, except the Congress has blacklisted me since September 2023.
Yeah, I think we need to change that. No, we need to change that. That's exactly what I'm saying. I feel if the Congress and Rahul Gandhi just took on and addressed and spoke to the media, something that Mr. Modi doesn't do. In fact, I believe that Mr. Modi doesn't do press conferences. Rahul should actually have more freewheeling interviews. But here is the crux. You need to be very prepared. I think emotion and heart is in the right place. But yeah, Rajat Sethi and Charu Pragya have every right to rip Rahul apart.
I think
if he says something that falls for them,
look,
is an easy picking.
the kind of finger pointing over Rahul Gandhi's intentions that will continue in the political space. I can speak from a citizenry's point of view as well, which is how long will these prescriptions going on? I understand that I'm the one who asked for it tonight, Sanjay. But people will ask, how long is it going to take for Rahul Gandhi to get things completely on track and, really pose a serious and credible challenge to the Modi government? Is that going to happen anytime soon?
Or
is the proverb that every time Rahul Gandhi wakes up in the morning, the BJP celebrates? Is that is that more true than untrue? Is the question that people are going to wonder about, since he has this predilection for jumping on issues that make him and the party look bad and trigger the kind of very surprising comments today from the Supreme Court. I'll have to end it there, but thank you very much, Charu, Sanjay and Rajat, for being with me on debate number 1 tonight on India Matters. We're taking a very quick break. On the other side, that ugly brawl at the Srinagar airport involving an army officer absolutely beating the hell out of SpiceJet staff. What happened? What triggered this ugly brawl? Do we have the full story? I'll tell you next.
Hello, Moto.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.